Hi, I'm Debbie Horwitz, founder and creator of the Myself Together Again project, and obviously the subject for the first booklet that was produced about 6 years ago. Today we're talking about Sherri's video, and unfortunately her reconstruction has been delayed due to a heating pad incident, which she'll speak more about in her video. But she had a heating pad resting on her abdomen, and because there's no sensation in her chest, she didn't feel that it was touching the site of where she had her mastectomy and immediate reconstruction. So we are delayed in the reconstruction process. Sherri's delayed, and I wanted to come on camera today to just sort of talk a little bit about how this is the world of reconstruction. It typically can go pretty smoothly, but sometimes it doesn't. So this is the real and honest web series about reconstruction, and we want you to take a good listen to Sherri's story today.
Yeah, after the surgery, I was supposed to go back in about 2 weeks after for the first expansion, and right before the appointment, I accidentally burned myself. I was using a heating pad for pain, not in my chest because I don't have feeling there, but I was using it for my abdomen, and I was unaware that it was even touching any of my incisions because I didn't have any sensation. And I fell asleep, and about 6 hours later, I realized that we were in big trouble. And called Dr. Jacobs on the weekend and went back into his office that Tuesday, and he said that we would not be doing an expansion, that the skin was going to have to heal first, and then after that we would continue with the original plan. The burn wasn't painful itself because I didn't have any sensation there, which is why it happened in the first place. I was worried. It looked really bad. I knew it was a severe burn. It was certainly worse than any burn that I had ever had, and I was grateful that I did not have feeling at that point. But just, it's been a huge nuisance, not really painful. Just a lot of care has been required. Prior to the burn, I was feeling really good and felt like I was well on my way to normal recovery. The sutures were looking really good, and I was excited about going back in to see Dr. Jacobs and completing or at least starting to complete the process. When I went in to see Dr. Jacobs right after the burns happened, I wasn't sure what he was going to say to do. He basically said we need to change the dressing 3 times a day. We used a wet to dry dressing with a triple antibiotic ointment, and not to touch the blisters, not to mess with the Steri-Strip. Part of the Steri-Strip was still on, so we were to leave that. And of course the other side looked great, so that was going just as planned. Other than the aggravation of dealing with the burns, I feel really good. The biggest difficulty I have is sleeping, just because I sleep on my stomach and I'm not able to do that, so it's frustrating. But I feel great. The range of motion in my arms is pretty much back to normal, and although I'm disappointed that the reconstruction's been delayed, it's given my body a little more time to adjust to the expanders, and I think I'll go into the first expansion really feeling rested and like my body's recovered. I've lost a little bit of weight since the surgery. I did end up having the stomach flu since the surgery took place, and that kind of set me back. And right after surgery, I didn't really feel all that hungry, so I didn't eat very much. I don't know how it's affected or if it's had any effect. I know that I have experienced a lot of stretching sensation, which I'm told is normal, and I've talked with some people and that it may have affected that, just the weight loss, but I can't speak to that definitively, really. The delay has been frustrating. I had in my mind I would have the surgery on February 11th. I would have the reconstruction begin a couple of weeks after, maybe the exchange surgery the end of April, and then maybe the final surgery sometime in May. I really wanted to have everything done before the kids got out of school. It just is easier, and that way I could start really getting back to myself. So I'm disappointed, there's no question about it. But that's just life. You make a plan, it gets changed. I mean, my mom had infections when she was going through hers, and thank God I haven't, but I'm frustrated, but I can't do anything to change it. So I'm just waiting. I would love to think my first expansion is around the corner. Dr. Jacobs said he thinks it will take 2 months for this burn to completely resolve. I hope not. We have a little bet going, in fact. I feel like as soon as the wound is healed, he'll begin the expansion. I'm going to say 6 weeks. That's going to be my optimistic outlook on it. He says 8. We'll see. Maybe sooner. I doubt it. One of the reasons I do feel like that mentally I'm stronger than maybe some would be at this point is the fact that when I received my pathology report, the doctor said we found sclerosing adenosis and atypical hyperplasia in both breasts. And I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what? So basically, sclerosing adenosis is not, that different. A lot of people have it. It's not precancerous. There was no cancer. Thank God. But the atypical hyperplasia is precancerous, and he said you should celebrate this decision with your family and your husband, and you should feel really great about what you decided to do, because you very well could have walked in here 5 years from today and we would not have been able to give you a clean bill of health. That goes a really long way with on the days you're down and you're not feeling like this was the right decision. You think about that, it was the right decision. No question. Prior to my surgery, I was teaching aerobics at the local gym, and I think that because I've done that for quite some time, it's really helped me. I went into the surgery in good shape, and that's helped to my recovery. But I'm not back to that yet. I mean, I'm back to house chores and things here to an extent, but I've missed the gym. I miss my classes. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that again. I mean, upper body exercise is out for a while, and I come in, I know you're coming, I know we're going to do this video, and I put my lipstick on, and I put my earrings on, and I put my best foot forward, but every day hasn't been that way. And there are plenty of days that I have, been emotional, and I've, stayed in my pajamas all day and thought, I wish I felt like myself. But, today's a lipstick day and I feel really good, and you're going to have those days, but every day is not like that. So people should know that, you're going to have your ups and downs.
Thank you so much for tuning in to watch this third video. Fortunately, Sherri will have this burn situation behind her soon and be able to continue with her expansion process. She was expanded on the table during immediate reconstruction, and she will have only a few in-office expansion appointments, which we will capture through videography and photography and bring to you in the next few videos. I really want to thank Sherri for all of her time and all that she's had to go through with this process. It's been a long road for her, but she's been so supportive to us in wanting to send this out to you. We also really want to thank Dr. Jacobs, Sherri's doctor in Virginia Beach, who's just been wonderful with Sherri and really patient with everything that's going on. And especially I'd like to thank the sponsors that have made this web series possible: Naturel, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Rex Hospital, Wake Radiology, UNC Hospital, and the Harris Legacy Foundation. Without these folks, we would not have a web series to bring to you. So we look forward to continuing our work with Sherri, and there's more to come.